more.
ಎಕ್ಸಿಬಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು
ಹಾಂ
ದಲೈ ಲಾಮಾ
ಹ್ಞೂ
ಕರ್ನಾಟಕಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅವರು ಧರ್ಮ ಪ್ರಚಾರ
ಓಕೆ
ಮಾಡೋದು
ಓಕೆ
ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಪೂರ್ತಿ
ಓಕೆ like now question is very, it's like this question is not related with mandala. This question actually I think is very related with the politics. Okay, so how the Dalai Lama come into India and how the Tibetan they started to live in Karnataka. So this question is not related with me. I am not supposed to answer, but I will answer here. Okay. So they actually these are the people who will explain you. But okay. But question come to me, I'll answer. His Holiness the Dalai Lama, he came from Tibet to India in 1956. I think so, if I'm not wrong. At that time, His Holiness the Dalai Lama was a political and both spiritual leader in Tibet. He was like a king of Tibet at that time. Chinese, they did not come to Tibet at that time. They did not invade it. At that time, His Holiness Dalai Lama was invited on the Buddha Jayanti ceremony, which hosted in India, Delhi. At that time, Indian government invited Dalai Lama to India. Dalai Lama came there. And at that time, Pandit Nehru was the Prime Minister of India. And his secretary was the Nirjal Lingappa, who is the first Chief Minister of Karnataka. And okay, so Nirjal Lingappa was very good friend of Dalai Lama at that time. They were very close friends. Then Dalai Lama returned to the Tibet once again. Then in 1959, China occupied the Tibet. Dalai Lama had to, escape from Tibet. He fled from the Tibet, and he took a refuge in this country. Okay, so at that time, not only the Dalai Lama, maybe 80,000 Tibetan, they have come with the Dalai Lama to India. And that time, Prime Minister of India, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, immediately sent a letter to all the states' chief minister. Now we have a Tibetan refugee in India, so who is going to invite them? So give them a land and they can stay and they can live here. At that time, Nirjal Lingappa was the first one. No. So he immediately responded to the Pandit Nehru and he went to visit His Holiness the Dalai Lama. So he accepted to offer a land to the Tibetan. So many Tibetans, most of the Tibetans, you could say like maybe 60 or 70% of the Tibetan, they started to settle down in Karnataka, Madkeri side, Kushalnagar side. So, and also some of them in the Hubli side also. Through that way, Tibetan, they have been staying in Karnataka for a long time. Not only in Karnataka, many other states, so many other states. But the Karnataka is the only one state where the most Tibetan people are staying. So, Indian government, actually Tibetan and India, very good connection, because Tibetan tradition come from India. All this Tibetan knowledge, Buddhist knowledge, actually originated from Nalanda University. And many Indian Pandits, Indian scholars, they visited to the Tibet and they have started to teach the Buddhism in Tibet. How the Buddhism flourished to the Tibet. Okay, so in Tibet, if you look at the Tibetan scriptures, we consider all of you, all the Indian as our own guru. We call to the Indian as our own guru. Now in Guru's land, Buddhism is finished now, isn't that? There is no more Buddhism. Very few like that. But Buddhism, not only in Tibet, China, Korea, Japan, Thailand, Sri Lanka, Buddhism, even all these countries, these teachings, this philosophy, this tradition, they are all still alive there. But in India, it's already finished. Now, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, he is always saying that he has a commitment to revive the Buddhist and ancient Indian knowledge once again in India. So this is his commitment. So His Holiness the Dalai Lama has 4 commitments. The first one, today we have a lot of problem. Even we are highly developed. We are living in very highly developed now. Isn't that? We have a car, we have a nice buildings, we have so good facilities, cell phone, everything. Isn't that? But still we have a more problem than earlier. So why this problem? And not like if you look at, I feel that there are very big problems, 5 big problems. The first one is increasing our population. It's a very big problem. Then the second one is a problem between the religious violence. In the name of religion, people are killing to each other. Isn't that? That is very bad. Religion is supposed to help the people, but in the name of religion, people are fighting, people are killing to each other. We are like animals sometimes, isn't that? Then the third problem is environment degradations. Then the fourth problem is a war, isn't that? Today you can see so many wars, Russia and Ukraine war, and you can see this Israel and Palestine war, isn't that? So if you want to stop war, I don't think, because earlier people, they fight each other to capture the territory and become more powerful, isn't that? Today war becomes a business and trade. So if you want to stop the war, means you have to stop the market, and nobody wants to stop the market, isn't that? So it's very difficult. So if you look at all this problem, there is a one common cause of all this problem, is because it's the lack of ethics, lack of compassion, lack of love, no discipline there, isn't that? So this is the biggest problem. So that's why His Holiness the Dalai Lama is saying, as a human being, I have a duty to promote the human values, human compassion and all these things. This is the first commitment. Second commitment, His Holiness Dalai Lama is saying, I am a religious leader, and also I am a Buddhist leader. I have a responsibility to create a religious harmony. So that is his second commitment. So that's why His Holiness Dalai Lama meets with all these religious leaders, not only the Hindu spiritual leaders, also the Muslim leaders, and also the Christian leaders. All this, Dalai Lama goes to the church, he goes to the Hindu temple, he goes to the Jain temple, he goes everywhere. All the religion, they have served to the human being, millions and millions of human beings, not only in the past, even today present. All the religion are helping to the millions and millions of people, and also in the future they will serve to the millions and millions of people. So all the religion, they talk about the love, message of love, compassion. Isn't that? Do you think that? So religion are very good, all the religion. We have to respect to the all religion. My religion is better than yours, not good. Isn't that? Isn't that? So religion, religious harmony is second.